Yes. March 12th. Fucking bastards. Funny but foul. Here with my boy. Hector. You gotta roll the R.
That's right. Can you roll your R's? That's not bad.
How do you do it? You do it. Okay, that's
like
just...
It's
That's like a vibrator, bro. You gotta
you
chill
can do
with
it.
that.
You can do it fast. You can just like or like I usually go fast.
Why do you go so fast, man? You gotta take your time.
Machine gun over here, man. Machine gun Kelly.
You seem like a guy that would fuck like a rabbit. You know what I mean? just
you'd be
fast.
you'd be surprised.
Just hella fast, bro. the girl starts bleeding like halfway between from all the friction and shit.
I saw some crazy video. It was like a 5-second thing where it's like 2 dogs fucking, but it wasn't. It was like two male dogs fucking, and it's this big like lab, golden like black lab,
Right.
and this tiny like that wasn't even a corgi.
God.
It's like this tiny and just like a jackrabbit.
Right.
He's just humping it, but nothing's happening, obviously.
But
Ridiculous.
but there's no real action. Like
Yeah.
no...
Exactly. Well, it's male on male, so
Male on male. That's some prison shit right there.
yeah, no kidding, man.
I think if I saw that, it'd bring back some memories I saw in the showers and
I
shit.
want to say some like traumatic memories or some
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. Dude, like those guys, like yo, we had like this in county that was like it was basically a dorm, right?
Okay. Yeah, yeah. You mentioned this.
And like, bro, there's a wall, and then there's a little window that's like plexiglass.
All right.
Okay, so if you're walking by to go to the washroom, you see everybody in that's taking a bath, like a shower.
Yeah, yeah.
So the key is that they did that so that the COs can have good angles on everything, without really like moving too much,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
One time we got this like transgender person for
Yeah.
like 6 hours, okay, and he was or she was whatever the fuck pronoun they want to use.
I mean,
Yeah, fuck, man. If you're with the men, you're he, bro.
I was gonna say, I'm like, if they were stationed, they were with you.
Yeah.
So then they identified
must
as a
be.
man. They
There
must
must
have.
be.
They must have.
He left like after like 6 hours, but bro, I remember him coming in and like the Southsiders like talking to him and shit.
Yeah.
5 minutes later, this motherfucker's getting gangbanged in the showers. And like, bro, this is the problem. You can't escape this. Like, okay, me and all the blacks, because that's who I was running with.
Yeah.
We were like in the furthest corner that we could, without possibly being outside. And we could just hear it like it was like right here, son. And you could hear the clapping and shit.
Was that your first like prison fucking experience?
No, there was I was in
That probably was one of the first
initial
ones.
that was the
You said
initial
that was county, right?
that was initial 3. That was the first 3. And the other ones weren't actual fucking, but it was like in holding, right? There was a portion where like
shit happened in holding.
Yeah.
Jesus, man.
There was a portion where like there's only like 3 COs around, like sheriffs or whatever they're called in holdings. And there's like 200 inmates, 20 per cell.
What the fuck is this, man?
Right? Because this is just holding, right?
Yeah,
so they have like 20.
That's big.
Dude, it's humongous.
Yeah, like I thought holding was some like tiny fucking room.
No. You got to understand. This is like right beside the courthouse. There's like a passageway where like these motherfuckers take you.
Is it connected to the courthouse?
Fuck yeah, dude.
Right.
There's like you go down an elevator and you fucking
How much bigger is that than the ones that they would have here?
Fuck, dude,
Like,
doesn't
not
even
even
compare.
close, right?
Doesn't
Yeah.
even.
Like
We
even
don't
the
even have
Vancouver
the. Of course, bro. We don't even have the processing amount, bro. You gotta understand.
Jesus.
San Diego is actually high traffic as fuck.
Yeah.
Because you have all the shit that's coming from the cartel too.
True. They're like the next closest city to Tijuana.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, they're right over
that's
the
it.
border.
That's
Yeah,
it.
true.
So it's like first point of contact.
That's insane though. Crazy.
So even if the city's like 800,000 people, the amount of processing they have is like a lot of people go to San Diego to open up firms and stuff. There's lots of firms over there. There's firms and a heavy Navy and those old Navy guys and Air Force guys.
Yeah.
They make like pilot or like boat fucking licensing programs.
Yeah.
That's like a retiree program over there. It's all like that. But yeah, I remember this one guy like across was getting just like fucking banged, bro. And like it was like It was like a team effort. There was like 3 motherfuckers doing this to him. And like, just imagine, right? This guy probably has kids or something.
Who knows?
Right?
Yeah, he's got a whole story, man.
And how does he look at his wife in the face after that?
Oh, Jesus.
Like, you got to take that shit to the grave, man. If that happened to you, what are you doing right now? You off with your head, or?
I was gonna say, it doesn't surprise me a lot of guys kill themselves in prison, man. Kind of shit they got to go through. It's like they probably think to themselves, okay, even if I make it through this, I am not even close to the same person I was when I came in.
It depends. I agree with this to a point.
Mm.
It depends on what their case is.
Well, no, what I'm saying is, like, imagine you're that kind of guy who you were, let's say you were just like like an average normal guy. Yeah, sure, you might have done some shit here and there.
Sure.
And the next thing you know, you've been getting gangbanged for the last like 2 months.
This is the thing. I wouldn't even let it get, because
I'm not saying you,
Okay,
but I'm
yeah.
saying imagine that person that's been happening
Sure.
to them.
If I had to give anybody advice that's like a mediocre sized guy that has no physical potential and has to go to prison, this is my best advice that I'm ever gonna give
What do you
you.
got?
Okay, make sure you have a shank, because let me
nice.
tell you right now, as a mediocre guy, life is already hard enough.
Yeah.
On average, even before this problem, right? It's not like girls are throwing themselves at you. It's not
Sure.
like job opportunities are fucking handing you cash. There's nothing going on. You're fighting for every scrap. You're a fucking little hyena in a big ass pack.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what you are.
Okay.
So if you get fucked in the ass, dog, if I was that guy, it's over, son. It's over. I can't live after that. I
That's
gotta
what I'm saying.
Epstein
I'm
it. I gotta Epstein
I'm not
it.
surprised. Well, Epstein didn't kill himself.
Sure, but
But yeah, so I'm saying I can understand why these guys will do that.
yeah,
Because like,
who knows?
like you just
right?
said, it's fucking over. They're like,
It's-
fuck it.
it's
Off
over.
myself. Because
Yeah.
imagine all that shit just compounds. Like that happens to them, and then
Their
a
wife-
couple months down the line, yeah, the wife's like, "Sorry, I'm out, and I'm taking the kids, and I'm taking half your shit." Guys,
Yeah.
like, all right, well, fuck this then.
Yeah.
What's the point?
There's 2 ways I've seen this happen. Either they go suicidal, or they just become part of the system, like major. They
Yeah.
become lifers. Like this guy will, like, out of his anger and spite and all the bad shit's happening in his life, he'll just stab a CO just for no reason, and then it's over, right?
just
It's
got-
attempted murder. Boom.
Yeah, yeah.
25 to life. Now he's sitting with the marshals. Now he has 24 hours locked up. He gets way better commissary than we would.
Yeah.
Right, because he's long-terming it, right? And in some states, he's looking at, fucking execution, bro. You know what I mean? Like, you
How many
do that.
states still have execution? Like
I think
10?
like 4 or 9.
Yeah, yeah.
Somewhere around there. But it's all the
southern states,
It's all the
man.
southern states.
That's all the southern states.
The average
Fucking whiteys, man.
education completion rate,
Honestly,
and it's
man.
like grade 7 is like, dude, if you do grade 9, you're like the town sheriff.
Look that shit up, homie. What do you got? I think it's. I want to say. I'll go off the top of my head right now. I want to say Alabama. I want to say South Carolina, Arkansas, Louisiana.
Okay.
Let's see.
So we got
Name
we
them off
got
for me.
Alabama,
Yeah.
ba-boom,
Plus
Georgia,
Oh, missed that one.
ding dong, Missouri.
Ooh, I could have seen that coming. Yeah.
Ugh, Missouri just sounds racist. Tennessee. That
Tennessee.
sounds hella racist with bourbon.
And Texas, right?
And Texas,
yeah.
bro.
Texas is fucking wildland, man. Texas is a very interesting state to me. Always has been.
Why do you say that?
Because it's the largest state, first of all,
Yeah.
in America. It wasn't American until recently. It was Mexico,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So was California, but we're focusing on Texas. And because of their size and their history, they have a very interesting makeup of people. Diversity-wise, so you got Latinos, you got whites,
Sure.
you got white mixed Latinos,
Got blacks.
you got blacks as
got
well, and
Asians.
then you got black mixed Latinos, you got black mixed whites,
Yeah.
and then you have out of all these mixes, then you also have these communities that are completely, totally separate. Like you got the whites that will never, ever associate with anybody outside their group.
Right.
That's where you got Bush had his like closed gate community. He had a home in one of these closed gate communities where it's
Right.
like rich whites in that corner. Don't anybody come close to them or they will kill you.
Yeah. Specific shades.
Yeah, right. And then like blacks got the same thing too, and
Yeah.
Latinos same deal. And then throughout all this stuff, you have these like crazy ass laws both ways. Like you have Austin, that is
Fairly
somewhat
liberal.
liberal, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you have these and you have like Corpus Christi and like these other cities that are just red to the bone.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's a very interesting state.
It's interesting, but I don't want to go there, man. I don't want to go to any of those southern places.
You don't want to see Rogan?
I don't need
Austin?
to. I don't need to risk nothing. Rogan's a different shit. He lives a different path of life, man. Listen.
Is he still in Austin? He's still in Austin, right?
Of course, bro. He's got a whole fucking White House for him, man. He's got a Rogan house. He's got a Rogan house over there. He's got everything. It's like a compound, man. This guy said there was pictures from his California place that got outed, and it was like, dude, it's a warehouse.
The California one?
Yeah, it's a fucking warehouse, bro. It's a warehouse. It's got a bunch of shit, and it makes sense because once you come out of that room is like pre-made room.
Yeah, okay, makes sense.
Okay,
Yeah.
Once you come out of that room, it's like a fucking 20-foot fucking ceiling, like just fucking empty space. It's like a gym.
Oh, it's like a tilt-up building?
Oh, buddy, yeah, it's one of those tilt-up buildings, exactly, and that's what it is. What are we gonna do about these gas prices, bro?
I filled up today.
You filled up, or did you get filled up?
Both. I got filled up, then I went to fill up.
Ooh, shout out to the guy who filled you up.
Okay, it wasn't accurate because I did it twice. Because I was basically empty on my tank, and I went to play soccer, so I had to fill up really quickly. So I put down $20, and I was in Burnaby, and then I went to Costco Poco to fill up for real. So subtract how much of that $20 that would have been into the Costco fill up. I filled up $77 in Costco, which was at $190.
Yeah, so you probably used
plus the 20 that I filled up in Burnaby at $199.
Yep.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's not even that bad, man.
That's pretty bad for a fucking 2-liter Hyundai Elantra, 2004.
Sure. I got some stories for you.
It's
ridiculous. Right now. I got some stories with you.
This is almost $100 fill up on a fucking piece of crap. Like, is this a joke or what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And this only gets worse.
Yeah.
Because however bad I'm feeling it, whoever's bigger car, bigger problems.
Buddy, I got two buddies I'm gonna point out. One owns a long bed Longhorn 3500.
How much is diesel?
Right?
I haven't been following diesel.
And diesel's 214.
Fuck.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay. So hold on. This guy goes 1,000 kilometers a week.
What does he do? Is he a contractor?
Contractor.
Fuck.
So he's
he can write off some of this stuff.
Write off everything.
Well, yeah. Okay.
But there's
yeah.
Okay, but anyway, point is, every 5 days, this guy uses a third of his tank. So every 7 days, he does a full tank. What do you think a full tank of diesel costs for him?
You said every 5 is a third and every 7 is a full. How does that make sense?
How does that not make sense? Every 5 is a third of a tank used.
Yeah.
Every 7 days, the full tank is used.
How does that make sense?
How does that not make sense?
Because in 2 days, you use up 2/3 of your gas.
No.
You just said You said in 5 days.
No.
In 5 days.
Three quarter in 5 days.
Oh, used.
A quarter.
Used.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
A quarter in 2 days.
Okay.
So that's how much.
Okay.
Anyway, and then I got another buddy who's got an S63 AMG.
Oh Lord.
2019.
Oh God.
Okay.
How much? What is it?
This
like
is
5 liter.
This is worse. Okay. This is fucking way worse.
How much is the AMG?
6.3 liter, bro.
Oh my God.
5 liter, please. What is this? Some fucking Mustang? Get the fuck out of here with that dirty Mustang, bro.
Even
This
the Mustang's hurting right now.
S63 AMG.
Dude,
Mustang.
that's all hurting.
But Mustangs, the American cars, they run so shitty. Like they run so inefficient. Like Hellcats and shit, they run super inefficient compared to German cars. So you got a 6.3 liter, it's gonna run way more efficient than that 5 liter.
Yeah.
Anyway, this guy spends $250 every 4 days.
How much was he driving? This guy?
Not much, bro. He only gets like 500K off that.
Oh shit.
The thing with him though, it's like this is the fucking thing. He's got to use 94 right from Esso.
Yeah.
And sorry, from Chevron. Right?
Because he doesn't want no ethanol.
Right? and he sent me a picture yesterday. I think it's at 227. Right?
That's insane.
And that's only gonna go up, right? That's only gonna go up. There's no benefit here. Now, quick facts right here. Quick facts, right? Quick facts.
Oh hell no!
I did Tesla.
Wait, just price some shit up?
I priced it out and I test drove it.
Oh
yes.
Test drive it. Which one?
Yeah. Two of them. There was a 2018 Model S.
Oh damn.
100D.
Yeah.
Pretty nice. pretty
that's
nice.
top of the line S.
Yeah, but it
The
wasn't
one
that
The
expensive.
one that's nicer is they got the Plaid now, but before the Plaid, that was the nicest one. The P100D.
Well, there's a couple other ones that are nice too. Like the recent the new like 2022. There's three that are out for 2022, and they're all pretty fucking sick. There's the Model 3, and then there's two more. There's the Plaid, and there's one more. I'm not sure what it's called, but anyway, about 65K. And it had 42,000 on it, 42,000 kilometers on it.
65?
65K. Yeah.
Bro, that's not bad.
Yeah.
For 2018?
Yeah, cause it had
How is it that cheap?
because it had a $21,000. It got rear-ended 21 grand.
You know what's crazy about
Wasn't
Teslas?
rebuilt though.
I've heard that so many shops don't want to touch that shit.
Actually, I
'Cause
know
parts-
the opposite.
Parts are hard as fuck to come by because you got to go direct to Tesla.
Right.
You can't get third-party shit because bolting on is like a fucking nightmare and a half.
Right.
And so sometimes you might not get a part for fucking months because Tesla's like, fuck you, we don't have it. Then you got to wait.
There's
Your other option is obviously you can like scrap cars, whatever.
Yeah.
Sure.
there's a shop here in Port Moody that they actually welcome Teslas because they have a computer.
No, you just said it. There's a shop. But
Yeah,
I'm saying
yeah.
like by and large.
Generally, yes.
If you go to some like
Yeah.
what is it, the one that you send me, tongue fat, they're gonna say, fuck off, get out of here. Like we don't want this.
They actually work on Teslas.
Those guys do?
They do. Those guys are, dude, low key. Those guys, that Chinese guy right
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
bro. That guy, how old do you think he is?
I'll say he's like 70.
No. That not the oldest Chinese guy.
Oh.
The guy that you talked to.
I didn't actually call him.
You didn't actually
No,
go
no,
there?
no.
Okay. There's a guy that looks like he's 35, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's 58.
That's nuts.
And he fucking knows, bro.
Yeah, I believe that.
This guy knows. There's two little things on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
One is automotive.
Oh, like a master tech thing?
No, the red seals. He's got two red seals.
Yeah.
One, he's a diesel heavy duty mechanic,
Mm-hmm.
and one he's a automotive mechanic.
He's probably got some like master tech shit from like different brands though.
Bro,
too, right?
he has tons of stuff.
Yeah.
Bro, I saw this guy take in like the best cars, M3s, M5s,
Mm-hmm,
works on like everything. Every time I'm in there, there's like they have like a little side garage and they got
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a bunch of shit. But anyway, this gas price, man, I did the math on that Teslas.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a Model 3 that was 2020 and it was 69 or 70K or something like that.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say what the fuck, and I was like, oh yeah, the Model S was cheaper because of the 20 whatever. Okay.
Yeah, so it's gonna be like $800 payments a month.
Yeah.
Okay, and my insurance is anus, right? Because Papa's been around, right?
Sure.
And that's gonna be another $500, right?
Per
month, right? So I'm at $1,200.
wait, how much would you be paying per on like let's say we ran the numbers before. Let's say it was just another car. You're paying about that. You're gonna be paying that amount the same, no?
Well, what kind of car are we talking about here?
Same value.
Okay,
Because it's based off value mainly.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure. Let's go with biweekly payments on a G70 Hyundai.
Sure.
Okay, $229
Okay.
biweekly payments.
Okay.
Okay, now you get the 2.0 or you get the 3.5.
Okay.
There's a $150 difference between those two in gas price per month. Okay, so that being said,
Insurance.
insurance, yeah. So insurance, you're looking at probably $400
Okay.
because that's like 45. I think it's 47,000 starting.
I don't know.
Anyway,
Okay. Yeah.
you are looking about give or take $1,100 for that with gas.
The real question is it worth it?
The Hyundai,
The Tesla.
the Tesla, man.
You ran
honestly,
your numbers
This is
based off what you did.
you're better off. The best if you want to live the cheapest. This is what you do.
Nissan Leaf.
Right? No. Fuck a Leaf. Fuck a Leaf.
Bike.
Bro, no. You actually have to buy a car, right? Like, just get a fucking piece of shit drug dealer Corolla, 1.6 liter, and just like pump like fucking gas into it, and you bought that for like $3,000. That's the best. Now,
It's
one
still
step
not,
up,
man.
and one step up, right, is like get like a $5,000 car, and then just like you own the car, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's the key, right? But if you have to have payments,
Oh yeah.
anything that's even like remotely luxurious, so it has to use high octane gas. So let's say you get a
Yeah,
C
yeah.
class that's 4 cylinders,
Get the
but you
Tesla.
still have to
Get the
get
Tesla.
you have to get the Tesla.
Yeah. I
doesn't-
think that at this point, that's the only argument that really makes sense. If you're gonna buy new and you're gonna buy something that's either mid-range or higher, Tesla.
Now, downsides of Tesla. Okay, that battery is gonna get shittier and shittier every year.
Well, your car in general gets shittier and shittier every year, so you kind of have to wait out. Are you more okay with the battery getting shittier and shittier over time, or are you okay with your other car just getting shittier and shittier over time, and possibly the other benefit with any kind of electric vehicle is that there's basically like no moving parts. You have your electric motor, couple of whatever, but there's no like the amount of things that are moving in a regular car is insane. There's like thousands of things that are moving, versus a Tesla, not as much. Now you can make the counter argument that you're like, well, everything's computerized with Tesla, so if something fucking goes weird, now you're fucked.
Right.
It's not an easy like mechanical fix. Now you have to actually go and like get the whatever. But still, I think, man, it's if like I said, if you're considering new car mid range with payments, Tesla, man.
Yeah. So another thing is like, what's your mortgage right now?
I'm looking about $1.5.
So 1,500.
Yeah.
That's hella cheap. So you had a pretty big down payment. But that being said, that Tesla's gonna cost you a flip of that. So what I mean is like, your cost of living just doubled up.
Oh, dude, I'm not looking to get into car payments.
No, I know that, but what I'm saying is like, that's something for people to consider as well.
Right? Oh,
Right?
dude, well, yeah, but they have to consider that if they're getting a new car. Like, I know people getting new cars all the time, and I'm like, are you motherfuckers even thinking about these payments you guys are paying?
They don't.
Because you guys are just, I think, are too okay. I think a lot of people are just too okay with car payments. They're just accepting that it's like reality. It's like, no, it doesn't have to be reality. What the fuck? Why? You know what I mean? I understand people sometimes have needs. So like if you get kids, you're like, I need more space. Okay, fine. But just because you need more space, does that mean you need a fucking 2022 car? Probably not. You could probably be okay with the 2015, 2014. You know what I mean? Like, own the car.
Yeah.
And then you just got to worry about your fucking
gas
and insurance.
Yeah. That being said, though, I think there's a lost art in having, I don't know. I grew up with guys that didn't own shit but had a lot of money, like they could have owned stuff.
Okay.
And the reason that is because most of these guys, they had like a getaway plan. I don't see that anymore. Like
getaway plan. I have a feeling that these guys were like of the shadier variety.
Not necessarily.
The only people who have getaway plans are either people who have a reason to get away, or people who are like one step away from retirement and just are ready.
But you know, for like life reasons, let's say a majority of the population's anchored down from debt and environmental reasons, as far as like, okay, like I have to be in this environment of like my baby mama, my child, my parents, whatever the case may be, right? But back in the day, that wasn't the case.
What is back in the day?
I'm just talking about like 30, 40 years ago, right? Like the 70s and 80s.
Let's continue with this. I want to see where this goes.
30, 40 years ago, right? Your dad would go out for milk, never come back. You never see this motherfucker. And then like 20 years later, you're at a bar and you see this cocksucker.
That was not common at all. I don't know where you're getting this idea. It was like a common thing.
I had a lot of uncles that like didn't want their wives. And they were mostly like arranged marriage. They were like step uncles. They weren't like my real uncles. Yeah. They were step uncles, and they had to get arranged marriage because their father, they were like some spoiled brat. Yeah. That their father made marry some girl for for property reasons or whatever. Yeah. They would run away, dog. This guy would leave.
I can see that.
Leave and go to like Turkey.
Jesus.
And live there for 10 years. And then one day, like we're all on a family vacation in Turkey in Istanbul, and we run across this motherfucker.
You're like, you.
And we're like, Ishmael, where have you been? Where have you been? He's like, I couldn't handle it over there, man. That's and this guy's only like if I was like, let's say 6, this guy was only maybe like 20. Think about when you were 20, bro. Could you run away from home and go to a different country and survive?
Yeah, probably.
Could you?
Yeah.
20 years old.
Yeah. Well, it's survive though, right? Because I feel like this guy was doing well.
Not necessarily, bro. I feel like you've applied yourself more in life than he is. Again.
No, but I'm saying like when he fucked off and left, was he doing well in that other situation? Was he doing well in Turkey?
I didn't have the understanding to clarify that.
I think in that similar age, if I just fucked off and left, I could survive. at 20 somewhere else, some random place.
Could you though?
Yeah. Do well is another question.
Like, what do you mean survive?
I might be struggling, right? Like I might be really struggling to like fucking make ends meet. Who knows? But I'll still be around. Like I'll still be doing shit. It'll be like I said, a struggle.
Yeah.
Especially at 20, because things 10 years ago were easier in some ways than they are now.
How so?
Even now. Well, inflation wasn't nearly as bad.
But you didn't have a job.
Sure, you get a job.
But what
I'll
would
tell
you
it to you
get?
like this. When I was...
What kind of job would you get?
Let me chill the fuck
Sure.
out.
Okay.
10 years ago, when I was lifeguarding, that pay, as a lifeguard, you could make 21 an hour.
Right.
That was really good money for someone that age. Like, really good.
Okay.
$21 now is not even close to what it used to be back then. What you can buy with 21 an hour is not the same amount.
Right.
21 an hour back then, you could have decent groceries for the week. But you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it. But now with the inflation that we've had in the last 10 years, that's a struggle.
Okay.
Like getting an entry level job like that will really fuck you. Like you cannot. It's really hard as you're by yourself to make ends meet on $15 an hour.
Yeah.
Versus before, you could actually make ends meet on like $10, $11 an hour.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. It's like now that would be a lot harder than like back then.
Okay. I actually have actual, because I was renting at like 1920, right? So and I was renting in Suterbrook in the M1 building, because back then that was like a new building.
Yeah.
Right. What do you think my 1 bedroom cost back then?
Suterbrook?
Yeah.
1 bed?
Yeah.
How new?
I was on like it's like 2 years.
Off. 1,300?
1,300.
Yeah.
Okay. It was like 1850.
Okay.
So I think, yes, like groceries and goods, that inflation has gone up drastically.
Yeah.
But the actual 10 years is only 95%. That doesn't reflect renting 95%. Like if you go look at Suterbrook right now, that M1 building, right? It's like 2,100. It hasn't gone up that much in 10 years.
That's surprising.
Right?
Because in 10 years, houses have fucking exploded in value.
But you also have more options.
Sure,
And
but the prices on those options have also gone up. So buying a fucking apartment in Metrotown now is a lot more expensive than it was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
10 years ago when my parents had left from Burnaby, and I actually looked this up like a couple of weeks ago, they sold their place for $330.
Yeah.
This is on the corner of Imperial and Dow, right across from like Brett Garden where it
I
used
know
to be.
exactly where that is.
Right now, that same unit is valued. This isn't even sold, probably even higher.
Yeah.
Valued at $520.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck?
So how long ago was that?
That was 2012.
2012.
Yeah,
so
10
like,
years ago. 10 years ago. Yeah.
Okay. So again, that reflects even less than 95%, right? Right? 100% would be if it was 330, it'd be 660.
Sure. Yeah.
So it's even less than that.
Yeah.
So it gives me a little bit of hope.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think what happened here, what's going to happen here is already happened in Toronto. Toronto, they have like a very dead construction scene. Because Toronto is very like segregated. You'll have one very small block radius worth a fuck ton of money. Outside of that block radius, like you could buy like things that are like half that same price.
Yeah.
Vancouver's gonna grow to that. Once we hit everything from Kitsilano all the way to Maple Ridge, once we hit everything, like there's no more to
It's
do.
gonna be a while until that happens.
Sure.
You know why? Just because density is not in our favor.
Yeah.
Like we're by and large a very low density city.
I mean, we're what are we?
Very low density.
Third?
What do you mean?
Third in Canada?
No, but I'm saying that's because our physical size is fucking humongous.
Yeah.
Vancouver to Maple Ridge down to Chilliwack is a lot of area.
Still smaller than
A lot.
Still smaller than LA.
I actually don't. I wish there was a site to compare that, because you can compare like countries. You can like overlay them.
But can we?
Try to see like city overlay size or whatever the fuck. It'd be cool to see.
All right. So.
Oh, nice. Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
So we're on the left outlined. on
Yeah.
top of LA.
We are nothing, my friend.
I wouldn't say nothing, man, because now
But this only goes down to Aldergrove, right?
that's not even Chilliwack.
So no. I understand, but this is
That's
like
us. That's us right there. So that's
this is not us. This is Long Beach.
no. The blue is us. So on the left, it's LA, the LA map, and the outline is Vancouver on top of it. Or are they just copying over? Is that what they're doing?
No. This is LA. The blue is LA. Like
Oh, I
major
understand.
LA
Yeah, then
on
and they're
Vancouver.
copying it over. Okay.
Because that's Washington, my guy.
Yeah, I see what they're doing.
So do you realize that just a portion of LA is
No,
is
that's not the
bigger
portion. That is LA.
Dude, LA is like Ontario and stuff too.
Nah.
Inland Empire, I would say, is LA. Yeah. Inland Empire is LA, bro.
I want to see how far south they're going because
They're going until Santa Ana, bro. And Costa Mesa. That's not that south. I've been those areas. That from here to
that's
Long
pretty
Beach.
south because you're getting into fucking Newport, which is Orange County.
Sure.
That's no longer LA.
Orange County's LA.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
See, that's the
No.
baloney.
And that's not
because
baloney.
Because if we're counting, this is why. This is why.
That is legitimately separate in like all ways.
Sure.
Like they don't.
But then Chilliwack is separate as well.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No,
it's
it's
not
not.
Lower Mainland.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Of course it is.
No, it's not. It's
Yes, it
Fraser
is.
Valley, bro.
That Fraser Valley is nothing. That's just like a thing. That's not. There's nothing separate about it.
No. Fraser Valley is no longer Lower Mainland.
Then Surrey's no longer lower mainland.
Surrey's not Fraser Valley.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it
Fraser Valley starts at like fucking Abbotsford.
Depends who you ask.
Bro,
That's what I mean.
we could
Langley
Google
is
this.
considered Fraser Valley too.
Is it?
Yeah, that's
Hold
why it's
on.
fucking weird.
I don't think
Orange
so.
County is like a proper, like it's got its own fucking mayor. It's like everything's different. The LA mayor has nothing to do with Orange County. That's why, bro, it's literally called Orange County. They're separate. They're separate
all right.
counties.
Let me read this too because I was fucking right. Fraser Valley encompasses Abbotsford, Boston Bar, Chilliwack, Harrison Hot Springs, Hope, Kent, Mission, Yale, and areas north of Harrison Lake and north and east of Pitt Lake. So this, if
Great,
we look at
but
this
you know, Fraser Valley has no like there's nothing.
but every city has their own mayor.
There, no,
That's my
I'm
point.
saying there's nothing administrative about saying Fraser Valley.
See, look, I understand that. What do you
But
mean
with
by
Orange-
what do you mean by that?
Like Fraser Valley is just like a. It's like a
territory.
nickname almost.
Sure,
Yeah, it has
sure.
nothing. Like there's no mayor of
I
Fraser
understand
Valley.
that.
There's
I
no.
understand that. But within Fraser Valley, there's a bunch of smaller
Of course,
versions of Orange County.
We got this. Hold on, because we got the same thing here in Vancouver. What the fuck is Burnaby? You're gonna include that in Vancouver too?
They
got
have their own mayor, no?
Yeah, they have their own mayor. So it's, you can
That's
do,
Orange
You
County
can do the
to
same
me.
thing. Same thing in LA, bro.
What?
They got their own fucking mayors in all these like little fucking cities, man.
That's my point. That's why I say Orange County is part of LA.
But it's not. It's a separate county, bro. Don't even do this with me. You know you're wrong on this one.
Okay, hold on.
Orange-
Let's take a look
Say
at
it right
this.
there.
Let's
Wait,
take a look at this.
Say Orange County one more time.
Orange County.
County.
Okay, let's take a
So
look at
it's
this one more
it's
time.
not even in the LA County.
Those guys run wild with their county shit, though. Let's be honest. Let's
Sure.
look at this one more time right here. Okay, I just want to point something out right here
Go ahead.
too. If you look right here, where does it say Metro Vancouver? Where does that stop? What do these two cities say right here? And I'm gonna adjust this because you're my buddy.
All right, let's see how far up it goes.
No. Look, what does that
Sure,
say?
yeah,
though?
yeah. Abbotsford and Mission.
Okay, so that means that that is Fraser Valley, correct? That's the start of Fraser Valley.
Okay, sure.
So what is here? Maple Ridge, and like Fort Langley.
Okay.
Okay, and then you got like Aldergrove and shit, whatever.
Yeah.
But that's Lower Mainland. Now, LA trumps this, bro.
It's
Because
bigger.
if we were gonna count this Hope, like this area, just before Kelowna, and say this is all Lower Mainland.
No, that's too much.
I know, but let's just say we're being optimistic. LA would trump that. If we were gonna
All the
count,
highlighted areas.
if we were gonna count like Orange County and
But
stuff.
Orange, you cannot. Oh my god, you just gotta stop with this, man. You come off like an idiot.
Oh
Like-
man.
Oh man.
man, that's hilarious. That's hilarious.
But going back to the density thing,
Yeah.
like, just follow our SkyTrain.
Yeah.
If we truly were optimizing all the space we had, you would build apartments in every single SkyTrain station, kind of like Metrotown's doing.
But they do though.
They don't.
Gateway.
No,
King George.
that's great. That's 2. That's 3. Bro, I've been on like I ride the SkyTrain,
Okay.
and you can tell which ones have actually started to use it properly,
Yeah.
and which ones have not. Like Royal Oak is now finally putting up one tower.
Yeah.
after 30 years.
There's some zoning laws though.
Yes and no.
No, but like they like some people, let's say they moved to Royal Oak 20 years ago. They had they were kids your age that bought places in Royal Oak 20 years ago.
Sure.
All right. Those kids no longer want to sell because what's the problem with here? Do you know what the number one problem with buying and selling here is?
A lot of those buildings that you're talking about, the old ones, are not bought. Like in Metrotown, all of those buildings, rentals, all of them. The only exceptions were like my corner. That was weird. I don't know why that happened. And then the homes.
Sure, but at one point weren't they mortgages?
Those are all rental buildings.
Oh, so just initially set as rentals.
Yeah,
oh,
so that's why
funny.
like that's why it was so easy for the developers in the Metrotown area to buy them out because you're just dealing with one guy.
Yeah.
Give him his 5-6 mil. Who even if you're overpaying him, it's like fuck it, I'm paying one guy.
Yeah.
Versus trying to buy a strata lot, you're like fuck, now I got to deal with 18 motherfuckers who
Yeah.
each want their
Yeah,
piece of the pie. So these developers are just buying like lot after lot. They'll combine them, apply to the city, pay them a bit to rezone. Boom, there goes the tower.
Yeah, I was talking to one of my buddies and he was saying that he's actually telling his friends to buy and keep real estate and not flip because he said that right now it's such a shitty margin.
So volatile right now.
That if you sell, you might not be able to buy at the same price. So you're basically losing. Even though your price of your place is going up, every other fucking place is going up.
That's the thing.
As
Yeah,
well.
that is the one caveat to this entire like Vancouver real estate thing is that if you plan on actually living in Vancouver, don't think that the value of your home going up is a good thing for you.
Yeah, it's not.
Because unless you have somehow managed to tap into some magical part of the market where yours is going up like twice the value of everywhere else, okay, fine.
Yeah.
But that's not happening. If yours is going up 20%, your neighbors are also going up 20%.
20%, yeah.
And the neighbors across the way probably going up 20% as well.
Yeah.
So it's like, what are you really gaining?
You're not gaining shit.
Right?
You're not gaining shit. These are just paper fucking just going up.
The only thing where it matters is like
numbers.
if you have a necessity to leave. So if you had an apartment, now you need to move into like a bigger place, so you got a wife and kids. Okay, fair. You got to try and make the best play that you can. But if you're just doing it because you're like, oh yeah, I made a killing off the market, it's like, no, bro, you're not.
The problem is like most people can't do this on their own anymore.
True.
Not most people can't re-up on their own. A lot of people I seen re-ing up are generally either married or like long-term.
That's usually the one that I see too. Yeah.
It's the general public. Now there is like a few people that dabble in this and that.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
So some legal and illegal activities, and then suddenly you're like, dog, like how'd you buy like 4 or 5 places in 2020?
Yeah.
And you're like, dog,
kind of suspect.
Very, very suspect.
Yeah.
Like every week he's like, yo man, come down, come take a look. The other week I went to this guy's house and he fucking guy, he's bought 5 places. He bought a commercial building and I'm like, what are you gonna do with this? He's like,
I'll just lease it up, bro.
He's like, I don't know, but I'm thinking of putting up an ad. I'm like, yo, when did you buy this? He's like, 3-4 months ago. I'm like, so you just been paying mortgage for this? He's like, yeah, man, I just been paying this
off.
off.
Are you an idiot?
And he's just eating it like
commercial,
that.
Why isn't he just not paying a fucking real estate like 8%? All right, lease that shit out.
Dog, don't jinx it. I'm the little birdie in his ear, like, yo, homie, give me this for $300. You're paying the mortgage anyway.
Okay.
We need to re-up on our podcast space.
That'd be cool.
But yeah, it's not, dude. I'm telling you, that place was cheaper than your place, and it's bigger.
I don't understand. What's that place? You said commercial building?
It's not a whole building. It's like a commercial office.
Yeah.
Within a level, right?
Yeah.
And it's got 3 rooms, right? And it's got a big ass waiting room, and it's got like a couple other rooms for like lunchroom and stuff. The whole layout was made for like a dentist office.
Oh, okay.
But it's fairly big. It's fairly open. Okay, it's about 1,200 square feet.
Yeah.
What do you think he paid for it?
Paid for it? But he said he owns the building.
He owns that office.
Oh, I thought you said he owns the building.
No.
I'm like, bruh.
No.
Are you just eating costs on like multiple
That's a lot.
units?
No.
That is a lot.
No.
Okay, fair enough.
It's like just a strata commercial.
Where is it?
Just by Lougheed Mall.
One of the older ones?
I mean, like, do you consider
the newish buildings that they've built, and it's like the first floor there?
Do you consider like 4 or 5 years old?
No, not at all.
Yeah,
like that
I think
Good
it's
Life.
6.
Like there's that like that that gym.
Yeah.
Okay. A month? Fuck. I'll say. Fuck, $2,000.
He paid $505 for the whole office.
Sorry, I fucked that up because you asked me how much he paid for it. 505.
Yeah.
5 years ago.
Yeah.
Seems like a good thing. I have no reference for like commercial properties.
Commercial is hard, but you also have to understand commercial is actually easier as well.
Easier how? What do you mean?
Easier, like you have more. You can literally live there, bro.
Not legally.
Not legally, but what I'm saying, like you can't have. Actually, why not?
You can't declare it as a primary residence
Why not?
because it's not a residential building.
Yeah, but like, who's gonna stop you? What
Who's
I'm
going to stop you the moment you hand in those papers? They'll be like, "The fuck are you doing?"
What papers?
When you declare your primary residence.
No, don't just leave.
That's what I'm
leave it at
saying.
your
Not
mom's.
legally,
Yeah.
motherfucker.
No, I understand.
Sure, if you don't want to tell anybody anything, just live there conveniently in the back room. Yeah, no one's gonna know.
Yeah,
so
nobody's
whatever,
gonna know.
fine.
Nobody's
But I'm
gonna know.
saying if you're actually asking the legit question,
Yeah.
could you do it? It's not
Probably
legal,
not.
but you
Probably
could.
not.
But you could. There's
But you
people who
could.
will sometimes like, yeah, for sure. They'll like have a little spot in the back.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Going to the last topic, Russia said that if they see anybody going to helping Ukraine with any kind of material or anything like that, they're gonna bomb them.
What do you mean by material?
Goods,
Because
ammunition.
I've definitely heard, and it seems pretty obvious that if any country gets into Ukraine, like if they actually step in, then that's considered an escalation.
Right.
So if that's why there was an interesting article today. No, not today. This week, one of the it was either the U.S. ambassador or like
Right.
someone up the chain. He said, "We are not going to be supplying any planes to Ukraine, whether our own or other people's who want to do it through us, because they understand that the moment that they start doing that, that's going to be considered a legit escalation, and you got problems. It's different if people want to volunteer, like if you just tomorrow decided like, hey, we're going to be freedom fighters or whatever the fuck, and we fly there,
Freedom fighters.
fine. But if a country's going to start supplying actual like high scale shit,
Yeah.
so planes,
Yeah.
anti-aircraft, fucking like SAM units,
Mm.
that's like fucked up.
Yeah.
Joe Biden himself was like, he vetoed that actually because Poland was looking to send planes to Ukraine,
Right.
but they wanted to gift it to the U.S. so that the U.S. could, because they thought that if they did it that way, it wouldn't be like a direct exchange to Ukraine. It'd be like, oh, we did it through them, so it's like we're not involved. U.S. is like, fuck that. We're not going to even play
fuck
that game
that.
with it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fuck
because
that.
we're not getting into that.
Yeah.
Which I think is smart because it's true. It's legit. You imagine you're Russian. People just all of a sudden like sending these like fucking multi-million-dollar planes. You'd be like, yo,
dog.
you may as well be fucking fighting.
Yeah.
You know what I
Where's
mean?
my Jordans?
What's the difference?
Where's my kicks?
Yeah.
Fucking low key fucking helping this guy out. I think that guy, the president should just give up, dog.
Ukraine?
Yeah, bro.
Interesting situation. What does giving up mean?
Just be like, yo, man, take over, son.
So
Don't-
what?
don't-
yeah,
don't
what,
kill the people
So that's what
no
I'm saying,
more.
like, what terms are you agreeing to? What is takeover? So that you just Ukraine is now Russia. Like,
Yeah,
what does
yeah,
giving
yeah,
up mean?
Yeah. Ukraine is not Russia. Why kill these civilians? They're attacking cities, bro. Like, people live there.
So why is Ukraine just supposed to roll over and take it?
People are gonna.
No. But
Dramatically
why
get
why
wiped
is
out.
this just okay?
Why is it okay?
Yeah.
It's not. But
So then,
what's the product of war is a lot of death. Is my
Understood.
Is my point.
but they're thinking, like, think about it from their point of view. They're like, we never sure, maybe they kind of did, but not like actually. Like I understand.
They separated from their homeland and
No,
made a new
they
country.
did that a long ass time ago.
Sure, but
okay?
they still did that.
That wasn't considered the escalation. The real escalation was them flirting with NATO.
Okay.
That
No,
was the
I know
escalation,
that
right?
for this reason.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
that I'm like, I understand why you would consider that an escalation because you're encroaching on potential, Russian terror. Okay, fine, understood. But no one was fucking talking about invading. Like, they never like mobilized their military. They didn't fucking do shit. And all of a sudden, Russia's like, no, we're just gonna march in there and take, like, you know what I mean? Like, it just sounds so. Imagine you lived there your whole life.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm not Russian, I'm Ukrainian. Why the fuck am I just supposed to be okay with these guys taking over and making me live a Russian lifestyle?
It's
What
not,
the fuck?
It's not that you're okay with it. It's that you're just realistic. Okay, let's say you fight it off, okay? Okay. What are the chances, if we just look at straight numbers, what are the chances that the Ukrainian army can fight off Russia
Here's okay. So
without nuclear weapons?
Here's what's interesting. Straight numbers, they actually should have no chance.
Yeah.
Like literally, it's not even close.
Yeah.
Like it's not even if you stack up. I think their Air Force,
Right.
10 times the size.
Yeah.
On that ground force, I'm not sure. I'm
Generally, it's
probably,
5 to 10.
I'm assuming it's
everything,
close
across the board.
for
5 to
everything
10.
else.
Yeah.
The one interesting part about this is when I was reading some reports, people talking their bullshit as usual. But it seems kind of logical that the Russians, when they came in, thought they would have more local support. They thought that if they came in, they were going to be welcomed with not necessarily like open arms from local Ukrainians, but less resistance. They thought that they were going to be viewed as like having a righteous cause and almost seen as like liberators or whatever. Like they thought they were just going to whatever.
Yeah.
And that's not been the case.
Of course. Yeah.
Ukrainians have, to them, surprisingly been resistant to this whole thing. And they're like, listen, fuck that.
Yeah.
Right? So how this goes is, I think, a few ways. Russia either steps this shit up because they are burning through supplies.
Yeah.
They're burning through supplies to whether it's feeding their soldiers, going through fucking munitions, the people that they're sending there, everything. They're every day that they kind of stretch this shit out is something they're not going to get back. Every missile they fire, every person that dies.
Yeah, we get that, but they still.
It's a lost cause. So at this point, what you either push harder, with actual, like more, whether it's more airplanes get involved, more bombings, who the fuck knows, to apply real pressure on Zelensky, or you pivot and you say, you know what, we're not going to take over the whole country. We're just going to start annexing these like territories. Like, we're going to take Donbass. We'll take Donetsk. We'll take this. So I think, and I was mentioning this a long time ago, I think we're going to see like an east-west split, kind of like we did with Germany way back in the day. Okay. I think there's going to be an eastern Ukraine, which is going to be Russia, and there's going to be a western Ukraine, which is going to stay Ukraine.
I think we're misinformed of how deep Russia's pockets are, and I think as shitty as their GDP is, there's these oligarchs that are making crazy money around the world, and a lot of those guys are funding this. Like there was a news article about a Russian oligarch that had his yacht. It was 500 million or something. I heard some crazy number like this.
It's in a few.
His comments were, "I'll get it back." That deep pockets.
I don't think he meant get it back. Like, I'll get the 500 minutes. Like, it'll be released because it's true.
Right. No, it will be. But my point is that I think you say that there's two. I think there's a third. They just ride this out. They've done pretty well, right?
Not really. Not as like what they expected. Listen, Russia expected to take Ukraine in like 3 days.
I understand
right?
that. I get that. But
they were just going to blitz, take over Kiev, and that's it. They would have been done.
Fair enough. But if you compare this with any other war that U.S. has been, as far as like Iraq, Syria, not really Syria, they're not like a predominant force enough. But I'm talking about like Yemen, Somalia, Afghanistan. If you look at them, they didn't dive in within the last 2 weeks now, 2.5 weeks, this deep.
Afghanistan was pretty quick, actually.
Afghanistan was not quick. Afghanistan was fucking how long of a war, bro?
No, that's not. So you're confusing a few different things.
No. I'm not saying that.
Because
I'm
the
not saying that
actual
they didn't have
taking over. Like, what does that mean? Do you mean just like till they give up? The U.S. stayed in Afghanistan because they wanted to control Afghanistan, which was ridiculous. But them actually like getting think about Iraq. The Iraq war to actually get into Baghdad was fairly quick. It was weeks. It wasn't like months and years. The problem is like once you get the capital, now you have to spend the rest of your time fucking like extinguishing every fucking skirmish that exists, every pocket of resistance, and that takes forever because you have all these guerrilla fighters that are just going to keep being part of the resistance, keep fighting you back at every step and turn. Even if it's like 5 guys in the fucking house, they'll fight you back. They're not just going to accept you. So even though you took the capital, there's still so many fucking cities that are still fighting up against it.
Okay, so I have a quick question. Can we count as taking over the capital?
Generally, yeah.
Okay,
like if you take like the head of the state,
sure.
that's generally over.
Let's Google this.
Yeah, sure. Funny part about the Afghanis though, man, the Iraqis, they fought back the Russians back in the 80s, man.
We did too. The Savaks.
Oh damn, when was that?
We fought Russians because
what year was that?
Well, this was when my mom was in her mid 20s.
Yeah.
There was the Iraq-Iran war.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not only did U.S. help U.S. help Iraq,
Yeah.
but Russia helped Iraq. A lot of those Chechens actually,
Those fucking Chechens, man.
they're
Fucking Chechens. Man.
listen. People over here have these like crazy ideologies of these guys being nuts. Maybe with the recent ideas of Khabib and
Well, not just that. Kadyrov is a fucking nut. The Chechen war that they had over independence was just blood everywhere.
well, it was just Dagestanians versus Chechens, right? They're the same. That's the fucked up part.
Yeah.
They're the same fucking type of people.
Yeah.
It's like Serbs and fucking Bosnians and Croatians.
Yeah.
They're the fucking same.
Christ,
It's
man.
crazy.
Those
how
are the
that-
bloodiest wars.
They're the
Those
worst.
are the worst.
Because it's like it's personal, right?
Yeah.
It's
it
like
really
my
is.
mom fucked your dad
Yeah,
back in the
yeah.
day, but now I have a different dad.
It's
You know what
fucked.
I mean?
It's so fucked.
It's crazy. So it says coalition forces were able to topple his regime and capture Iraq's major cities in just 3 weeks.
Yeah. See.
So have they captured?
But the thing is, they stayed in Iraq for fucking like months because
10
it's like
years.
no, Iraq they pulled out
10 years.
Was it 10 years?
Yeah.
Afghanistan was how fucking
Afghanistan,
like
20
20
years.
Fucking hell, bro. Anyways, yeah. So that's what was weird because
Yeah.
they did that in 3 weeks, but then it took them another fucking like you said 10 years to
Yeah.
do the rest.
Yeah.
Because in those that's the main difference between at least that Russia's hoping for. Because when Russia went into was it Iraq or Afghanistan they went into the Russians?
Iraq. What are you talking about?
What was the one where Russia went in hard, like where they lost, where they got basically fought about? It was the Afghanis, wasn't it? They went to Afghanistan,
No.
please. Or was it Iraq? Which one was it?
It wasn't Iraq or Afghanistan.
Okay, guarantee it is one of these. I'm telling you right now because they went in the 80s. I think it's Afghanistan. So look up Afghanistan and Russia invasion or whatever. It was in the 80s. It was before the Americans went. And the Americans helped the Afghanis. Soviet Afghan war. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, so this one, dude, the Soviets
Do you know what's hilarious
they
about
went in
this
with
time?
fucking tanks, everything. It was a full-on invasion.
Do you know
they
what's
attempted.
hilarious about this time?
What?
This time was when the Iranian Revolution was happening. This is the fucking hilarious
That's
part.
crazy.
I want to close off with this fucking idea,
Yeah,
okay?
sure.
So, do you remember a couple weeks ago, low-key China was just like testing missiles in Taiwan waters,
Yeah.
right? And it was exactly almost the same fucking time that Ukraine got invaded.
Yes.
Literally like within a day or two.
A couple days, yeah.
These fucks are insane. Super calculated as fuck, right?
Who, Chinese?
No, just people that run the world.
Oh, yeah, sure,
right?
sure.
Just like absolute calculations.
Okay.
Right? So you have to be ready to go and know the fact that my neighbor country or this neighbor country that I'm interested in is getting bombed or getting fucked or they have a revolution.
Yeah.
This Russian invasion happened literally within months
Of the Iranian.
of the Iranian Revolution. Right?
Yeah.
So you have one, because they're thinking of this. People will
go
flee.
from that country to the other one.
to
Yeah,
another
yeah.
country, and they're like, "Well, we want to border this this
We
chaos.
don't want that spillover. So
Yes,
Interesting.
yes, and it's pure like general versus general, like tactical army ideas
Yeah.
that these guys bring to work, and it's fucked up, man. A lot of these guys, like, you know, they call off these wars and people die, but these guys are like chilling in some hot tub with like 300 fucking chicks. Like they don't really see it.
I think the interesting thing about the Russia-Ukraine one is that, and it makes sense, the hope would be that, listen, Ukrainians were part of the Soviet Union, Russia's, they're close enough that they should be able to, like their culture is not that different. Compared to Soviets and Afghanis, compared to Americans and Vietnamese,
Yeah.
like you're a lot closer there than you are in those two.
Well, I mean, they're
So-
the same culture.
Fine, you call it the same. I was just gonna say very similar, but call it the same.
Yeah. Is
So,
Bosnia
so
and
the
fucking
hope,
Serbia
the hope
different?
is that you're like, fuck, I shouldn't have to fight this hard
No.
to take you guys because we're the fucking same. So
Yeah.
like, do it.
Yeah.
Versus if you come as the Soviets into Afghan, they're never gonna fucking be like you.
No.
They're gonna fight you until they have one leg left with no eyes.
Yeah.
And that's what the Vietnamese did in the Vietnam War. They fucking fought every fucking turn. Like they never gave up. They
Yeah.
never will. So I hope with these Ukrainians and the Russians, man. I don't know, man. Quick resolution. Best way possible for the people because of this shit. It's either gonna get a lot worse or not.
That's right. Guys, make sure you follow us on Funny But Foul podcast on Instagram and Funny But Foul everywhere else. Hector, are we going to do Twitter or no? Don't lie. Don't lie. Come on, bro.
We'll get some kid to like run our Twitter. Or some
Okay,
shit. Hey,
alright.
open applications to. Fuck it. Well, you want to? We'll announce this right now.
Yeah, sure.
Open applications. We got a staff position here at Funny But Foul.
That's right.
If you're interested in running social media for us, if you even want to test it, you want to try some ideas, you got some fucking your social media guru, who knows, whatever, send us a DM. Let's have a conversation. Let's see where it goes.
Absolutely. Funny but foul everywhere else, you little fucking bitches.
We out.
Make sure you cut your balls off and get yourself a Tesla, boy. It's gas price.